Hi, and welcome to Family Focus Eye Care. I'm Dr. Taylor. I'm probably finishing up in the next room and I'll be in a couple minutes. I thought I'd take this opportunity to go over a few things to make your time here both more educational and maybe a little more fun. The first part I'd like to go over is the basic steps of the eye exam. When you first come for your eye exam, one of the first things we do here is we sit you down and do what's called the autorefractor. The autorefractor sends a beam of light back into the eye and assesses the power of the eye, or basically your prescription. The numbers we get from the autorefractor, we then put into the phoropter. This is in the exam room, and this is when I'm going to be asking you which is better, 1 or 2. Basically, it'll fine-tune your prescription from what we got with the autorefractor. With the information from the autorefractor, the phoropter, and any previous classes that you may have, we'll come up with a prescription that will both enhance and sharpen your vision. Though being able to see clearly is only half of what we do here at Family Focus Eye Care. We're also very concerned with your eye health. One of the things that we look at in your eye health is the retina, which is in the back of the eye. Specifically, the periphery of the retina. Sometimes it can be hard to see the periphery of the retina, and there's one of two ways to see the back of the eye in the periphery. The first is the dilation. When we dilate the eye, you'll have light sensitivity and difficulty seeing up close for 3 to 6 hours. But in dilating, we enlarge in the pupil and allows us to see the periphery of the retina to make sure everything's nice and healthy. The alternative to dilation is taking a picture in the eye with the Optos. The Optos is very convenient in that we don't need to dilate and we're able to still view the periphery of the retina to make sure everything's nice and healthy. Unfortunately, a lot of insurances don't cover the Optos and there is an additional charge. Though one of the advantages of the Optos is that you're able to track the eye health over time, which can be very helpful to refer to later on. That's the basic steps of the eye exam. We're going to take the last little part here and talk about the anatomy of the eye, which will help the communication that we have throughout the exam. The white part of the eye is called the conjunctiva. The conjunctiva could become red and irritated when we have an infection or allergies, and sometimes can be very uncomfortable. Right here in the middle is the cornea. It's hard to see the cornea because it's transparent, but that's where the light passes through and heads to the back of the eye. Right in the middle of the eye, that black spot, is the pupil. That's what enlarges when we dilate. Around the pupil is the iris. The iris is what gives us our eye color. We're going to open up the eye model here, take out the cornea, and behind the iris we have the lens. The lens over time could become a little cloudy, and that's what cataracts are. So when we put a few birthday candles on, we can remove the lens and put a new one in, and that's what cataract surgery does. Behind the iris and the lens, we have a jello-type substance that sits in the eye called the vitreous. Again, over time the vitreous changes from a jello-type substance and it begins to liquefy. It happens in little pockets, so in the vitreous you'll have little pockets of liquid that cast a shadow on the retina. This is what most people call floaters. Floaters are normal and it happens to everyone, and it is no cause for alarm. Behind the vitreous we have the retina. The retina is the part of the eye that interprets light into image. The retina has two very important structures. The macula, which sees 20/20 and is our central part of our vision, and the optic nerve. The optic nerve is where all the nerves come together and then head back to the brain. All optic nerves have a hollowed out center called the optic cup. Optic cup is very important in assessing glaucoma, as that's generally what is attacked first with glaucoma. We make sure the optic cup isn't too large and it's not causing any harm to the optic nerve. That's some of the basic structures of the eye, and we talked about some of the basic steps of the eye exam. We're so glad you came here at Family Focus Eye Care. We know you can go anywhere to get your vision checked, and we sincerely, from me and the staff, we thank you that you chose us here, and we hope you enjoy your visit.